Okay, Parshas Mishpatim. Mishpatim, first of all, just the mere fact that right after Kabbalah Satira, right after Parshas Yisroi, we follow with Parshas Mishpatim, the halachis. So one maybe mistakenly thinks, well, after you get the Torah, you need to know what to do, right? So Hashem gives us the halachis. But really, it goes much deeper than that, because Mishpatim, the laws, the monetary laws, etc., and really begins with the beginning Rashi in the Torah. Rashi says in Parshas Mishpatim, excuse me, Lama Nismacha, Parshas Dina Parshas Mizbeach, because the end of Parshas Yisroi ends with the Mizbeach. And now we begin with Mishpatim. Says Rashi, you know why? It's to teach us Shetosim Sanhedrin Itzel Mizbeach, that the Sanhedrin is next to the Mizbeach. That's what Rashi says. But Moshe Feinstein is very bothered because anyone who's learning Daf Yomi, anyone who's not learning Daf Yomi, I believe is aware there's different types of Sanhedrin. There's a Sanhedrin Agadol of 72 members. There's a Sanhedrin Akatan, Sanhedrin of 23 members. And then there's regular Batei Dinim. And when you go through the Chumash, especially in the beginning of the Parsha, we're really discussing the classical halachis, which are not the Sanhedrin Gedalah. Sanhedrin Gedalah is really utilized for when they had to kill someone, the big halachis. So ask Moshe Feinstein, I don't understand. We're busy explaining that the Mishpatim is next to the Mizbeach, that the Sanhedrin is next to the Mizbeach. Says Moshe, it's not true. It's partially not true. You continue the psukim, and it's not talking about the Sanhedrin Agado. Says Moshe, Av Sharak Sanhedrin Gedalah Yitzam Mizbeach. V'loy kol hadayanim. It wasn't shot that every dayan had to be living next to Mizbeach, and the psukim now are talking about the regular dayanim. Says Moshe, an incredible, incredible vart. I'd like to read a few lines of Moshe, and I think if we internalize what Moshe is saying, it's going to teach us something incredible. Especially, one might be wondering, well, we're not dayanim, so like, why is this relevant to us? I'm not a dayan. I'm not judging cases. Let's see Moshe. Says Moshe, Nira. You know why the Rashi in the Torah says this? You're right. Where was the Mizbeach? In the Beis HaMikdash. In a specific place, B'Mikdash. Nechshav ki'ilu hu bechol makom. The Mizbeach is considered as if it's everywhere. What does that mean? What does that mean? Mizbeach was in the Beis HaMikdash. What do you mean it's as if it's everywhere? Says Moshe, shehashpa'as hamizbeach, the hashpa, the effect of the mizbeach, while kol is on the whole world, and for all generations. Shalachain, therefore, even after Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. But now this is how he explains it. Okay, so very nice, good. So firstly, Moshe answered the kasha, and he said what it means is that the mizbeach is as if it's everywhere. Well, what does that mean? It's if it's everywhere. It says Ramesha Shalchein, Yishlchol Dayon Leda. Every judge should know, Shalikim and Nitzav Sham, that Hashem stands there, and therefore, Umemila, you're next to the Mizbeach. It says Ramesha, Vim Hadayon Einoi Mitzaer Kach. If the Dayan doesn't paint that picture in his mind, what's the picture? The picture is that wherever I am, I'm sitting here in Havistraw, and I'm sitting here. You know what has to be in my mind? That the Mizbeach is right next to me. You're inherently not able to be a dayan. So why is this so critical? We're not dayanim. Because we have to realize, in a way, we are. What does it mean to be a dayan? When you learn through Mishpatim, whether you learn it in depth, first of all, very good. Yeah, I don't want to say that, but you said it, so I'll repeat it. But even monetarily, what does it mean? Monetary. You go to the office. Everything is Choshe Mishpat. Everything. Am I allowed to charge this? Am I allowed to ask the guy for money? Should he have paid the contract? Ribbis, potential this. It's all Mishpatim. It's all halacha. It's all dayanim. We are in essence a dayan. You're right. We're not adjudicating. We're not judging the case in front of us. But you know what we're doing when we're sitting there and we're making a decision? Should I charge this? Should I charge that? Am I allowed to charge this? Can I bend this rule? Can I breach this contract? These are all, in essence, we are acting as a dayan. So how is it shaykh? Ramesha teaches us an incredible key how to live life. Ramesha is teaching us. We want to know. We're going out into the world. We're in the office. We're sitting there, and we have this whole book of Mishpatim. We have all these rules. How's it possible? How's it possible not to cheat? How's it possible not to bend the rules? How's it possible? I need money. I need this. I don't really know. A little, a little here, a little there. How's it possible? You know it's possible. Says Ramosha, it's only possible if you're mitzayer. That means you paint a picture. Very important. Don't just, yeah, we know this Hashem. No, 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 no. Mitzayer. You have to paint a picture. It's almost as if Kiviyachal, someone's going into the office and he sits in front of his computer, and before he starts up his workday, he has to paint a picture that Hashem, the Mizbeach, is right next to him. Now, how is that possible? How is that possible? I want to give one very simple eitzah. Mizbeach pictures, I think we have more than a Mizbeach picture. How is that possible? The way that's possible is first we'll say it abstract and then we'll say it concrete. In an abstract way, what we're learning here is if you want to follow the Mishpatim, you know what you need to do? You have to live with Hashem with you. Which sounds very cliche, very, okay, yeah, Hashem should always be with you, yeah. No, but Yitzhayir, you have to paint that picture. Before you cut the guy off and you yell at him in traffic and you make a chil Hashem, you have to be Yitzhayir. You have to paint the picture that before you have a breach of contract, before you quote unquote, it's only stealing a few dollars. Yeah, you and Sadaim, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what they did. Before you do that, you know what you do? You have to yitzayir, you have to paint the picture that Hashem's with you. But that's hard. How am I constantly painting a picture that Hashem's with you? So I think there are certain people, and this is particularly those who learn Kinyan, I am able to say this in such a large way. When you're sitting there and you have your Gemara next to you, you might be in the office for 10 hours. And I'll tell you over what our wonderful Chassid Magid Shir, we'll leave his name out, we all know him, the Kinyan Chassid Magid Shir, said over, Mati, I only said his first name. You everyone saw the video from the Kinyan thing. You didn't see the video, I'll show you the video. How he said over, he said, which is a better day? The day that you started off the day, you learned Shachris afterwards, I have 10 minutes, I sit down, I do my Chazara, finished, and then I'm good till tonight's Shir? Or the day, I don't have time. Okay, I'll take my Gemara with me. And then you take it with you. Okay, you come into the office, you put it down. Oh, shoot, the meeting's starting. Okay, I'll get to it later. Okay, lunch. I have a lunch break today. I have an extra 15 minutes during lunch. I'm chopping a chazara. Lunch. Oh, someone came over to talk to you. Had to answer an email. Your wife called. The kid's sick. Okay, you have to deal with 15 things. Okay, I'll get it soon. An hour later, someone pings in. Oh, the chazara. Oh my gosh, I got to do the chazara. And then an hour later, and then finally, right before you leave in the office, and you know what? I'm leaving. Wife, I'm going to be extra just 5 minutes. I need. Before you leave, you chop your chazara. You know what you just did? You were just yitzayer. You just painted a picture your entire day. There was a mizbeach sitting next to you. You painted a picture that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was with you the entire day. And it's incredible. What do you mean? I only learned for 5 minutes. Maybe it was 3 minutes. Yeah. But the whole day there was a focus. There was a constant. And let's just be honest. It's hard to paint the picture of Stam. And it's hard in that reality to do the wrong thing. You're going to go and you're just saying, I'm just going to fudge the numbers a little bit as your phone's pinging to do a chazara. It just doesn't work. Your brain just doesn't allow it. As you quickly chap that chazara, you put it down and you open the contract and you're like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Moshe Feinstein is giving us a critical tool in life. And the tool in life is to paint the picture. We have an incredible way to do it. Not everyone has such an incredible way. And those that don't have such an incredible way, you know what? They should find such an incredible way. And there's Torah everywhere in the world. So you know what? Find the 5 minutes to say, you know what, at some point in my day, and maybe I just painted a picture why it's so beautiful when it's not at a set time. Because your whole day, you're trying to chop those few minutes. It means you're living the whole day with that Gemara. But you know what? And if not, you say, okay, every day I'm going to take a 5-minute break and I'm going to learn Gemara. I'm going to have a bitachon shir. I'm going to have a chumash shir, whatever it is. But it changes everything. And this is something that I think the reason it's catching on like wildfire. I think the reason why you hear so many people, they're learning the office this, if a Mishnayos Chavrusa, they hop onto the Bitachon chat and they hop onto the Vayamayin thing and the Rav Melech videos. What's the reason? The reason is because we need the fuel, because we need to combat the Mishpatim, we need the Mizbeach, we need to paint that picture. And if we don't, we're unfortunately terribly, terribly lost.